Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now today's video I'm doing a second-hand club review, and it's a second-hand club review for clubs that have only just been superseded by the latest incumbent, and that is the 2019 Apex Pro from Callaway. Now I've been playing with these for the last 10 months, and now that the new 2021 release has come out, I think these could be the second-hand buy of 2021. Hi everyone, I'm Lee Whitaker. I'm down here at the Ashbury Hotels Golf Resort in Devon, and today we are looking at the Apex Pro. Now, I've played with these for 10 months, as I said previously, and currently these are about £695 on the second-hand market. But once the Apex 21 start becoming available second-hand, I think these will reduce in price, which could arguably make these the buy of 2021 for people who want to upgrade their irons but want to look on the second-hand market. So today we're going to put them to the test. I've loaded up 4 holes on the simulator. I'm going to play it solely with irons only, and I'm going to talk about why I think you should be looking at these this year if you're in the second-hand market for clubs. Right, okay, first hole then. Right, so to run out of that water, we've got 240 yards to run out to that water up there. So let's hit a 4-iron, I think. So I have these clubs, 4-iron to pitching wedge, and they are the only clubs I'll be using today in this test. Now, these are a cavity back iron, they're forged, and I've found them really forgiving. Although they are the pro level of the Apex, I found them to be quite forgiving. The sole on them is pretty thin when it comes to the 4-iron, but I've found that even if you get it fat or anything like that, I'm still going to get about 200 yards out of this. If I hit it out the middle, then it's about 215 to 220. But let's try and just get on this fairway to start with. So a little bit out the toe. Right, so that's left us 121 yards to the pin, so the lowest iron I can be using is the pitching wedge. But that 4-iron was a little bit out the toe. It wasn't the greatest strike, but it still got me 220 to nearly 230 yards down that fairway, which is exactly what I'd wanted. So forgiving. Not a lot of gear effect at all. Like 120 yards with this pitching wedge. Again, just looks fantastic down at the ball. Like, more people, I think, this year will be using these clubs. That's carried 109. Yeah, really good. Auto putting in for 1.5. You just can't fault it. Right, second hole, 260 yards up there, so we just need to be hitting another 4-iron. Does dog leg round to the left hand side, as you can see here, so I'm just aiming into that heart of that fairway to sort of give me around about 200 yards in, but I want to be aiming that way slightly. There. That's where I'm going. So again, that's another 4-iron. Feel so confident off the tee with this 4-iron. The shaft I have in these is the Project X PXI, and I think this has been discontinued, which is a shame because it's such a good shaft. I'd love this in my next set of clubs, but I just don't think it's available anymore, which is an absolute shame. Right, so if we can get 230 yards down this fairway and then give ourselves 200 yards in, that would be ideal. A bit of a better strike this time required. It's a good hit into the heart of the fairway. A little bit toey again, so it's only carried 200, but it's safe, and that's all we could be asking for. Is a nice safe in the fairway shot. Right, we've got 222 yards left to go, so that's going to be another 4-iron. Now arguably I could possibly replace this 4-iron with a hybrid because it's just a little bit more forgiving. The 4-iron is forgiving and I feel like it's straight, and I've not got an issue with that. My only issue is obviously I'm losing yardage because of the strike performance that I can put on it. But all in all, it's kind of one of my favourite clubs in the bag. Right, 222 yards to go. Oh, we've creamed that one. 225. Hit that too far. We've nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. All right, so now we're in the rough and we've only got a pitching wedge, so I'm going to slightly open this face up a bit and try and just get it on the green and auto put. Yeah, it's just like came out really hot. Not the club you want to be using. So we're 1 over par now. Or was that a par 5? No, it was a par 5, so that was a par, which is pretty handy. Right, next hole then, 113 yards. Pretty simple shot. Not something I'd want to be hitting a pitching wedge with, but it's all we've got. Now, like these clubs, I think the sound off them is really, really good. It just sounds good. They are so soft. It's a completely forged iron, so they feel really soft. And I think clubs like this are a good transition for people who want to come away from like the cast cavity back style game improvement iron and want to just take a shift into a little bit more of a player's iron, but don't want to then go into the more bladed look. Like the top line is pretty thin on these, but it doesn't scare you. It doesn't make you feel like it's too good for you, basically. Right, 113 yards. 116. So just pulled it to the left slightly. So we're gonna have to just have a little chip. Yeah, like controlling distance is something I struggle with a little bit. Right, 16 yards, so not as hard as the last one. Oh, I've just thinned it. I think I've thinned it and got away with it, have we? Nah, I'm gonna have to chip it again. Do not like opening up pitching wedges. I'm just gonna have to chip it normally, I think. A little putting stroke. Not a lot of bounce on these clubs, right? Little putting stroke. Go in, go in, go in. Oh, oh no, never mind, never mind. Right, last hole then, 181 there. I can't really cut the corner because there's trees. 200 yards that way, so I'm just going to hit a 6 iron up there, I think. So we're 1 over par and we have 1 par 5 to go, and I don't think we're going to get there in 2 either, just because of the way the holes just come out. 6 iron to use on this one. Again, the top line is, it's the way they are is it looks really thin, but it's actually a lot thicker than it looks because it sort of chamfers off away. The blade length isn't too small. They're just a great transition iron from the game improvement iron. Right, 6 iron, 200 yards. Oh, we've nailed it. That's got to sit. That's got to sit. That's got to sit. Path ball in the rough. We have creamed that 6 iron. Absolutely creamed it. Great shot though. Right, we have got a shot in. It's 257 yards. Right, so we've got 257 yards to go. We're not going to get there. But if I can squirt a 4 iron up there, we could possibly get it running. I'd need to, I'd need to properly get hold of this to get it up there. All right, 257. I think that we'll probably be about 20 yards short of the green by the time we get up there. 4 iron. Run up there. Get up there. Yeah, a little bit too low, I think. But we're safe, that's the main thing. Hit that one really low in the face, but it did all right. Right, 52 yards with a pitching wedge. You know, the perfect distance you want to be using these. It's a little chip and run. Oh, no spin in the rough. So up and down for par then. And we haven't got a lot of yardage to work with, so it's just a chip and run. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. So finished probably 1 over par with that, which is not a bad thing really, only using irons. I have to say though, I think I'm going to miss these if I get rid of them this year, because they've just been such good irons for me. So just a little few holes showing the irons. You know, we use the 4, the 6, the pitching wedge, that kind of thing. Let me know, do you use the Apex Pro, the 2019 ones currently? And are you looking at changing this year? I am, because I like new shiny stuff every year. But I have to say, I've probably played some of the best golf I've ever played with these irons. They're long, the ball speed is great. I find them really forgiving. Arguably, I probably could do with the 4 iron not being in the bag because of the inconsistencies at a strike. But 5 iron down, I just find are phenomenal clubs. And I like the 4 as well. Like, I don't think I could get rid of it because I like it so much. It is a go-to fairway finder, regardless of the yardage. Price, you know, second hand currently around £700, which is the price of some clubs new. But I think that's going to come down this year. I think once the Apex 21 start getting on the second hand market, I think these are going to come crashing down in price. And I feel like these will just be the go-to club for people who want to make a transition into a better iron from a game improvement iron. I can't really fault these. They come in different styles, so I've got the chrome one here. They released the black version, and there's the raw version as well, so you can have the completely ones that go rusty. I think I've not tried the Apex 21s yet. I've seen other reviews and I think they're really good. I'm expecting them to arrive today, and I'm really looking forward to using them, but I think they've got a job to be doing to beat these, because I think these are fantastic irons. And if you're in the market for a second-hand set of clubs, have a look at the Apex Pros, because I just think they're going to be the bargain of the year. So stay tuned to the channel, lots more reviews coming, second-hand reviews, following my destination scratch, which as soon as the golf course is open, we can get out there and put it to the test instead of on simulators. But otherwise, I'll see you all again on the next video.